Hi everyone. We are back in Montana, and we're kind of unloading everything and cleaning everything up. But before I do that, I wanted to show you guys how I have the garage organized. And the garage is probably the best asset of the Ekko. I love the garage. And we go and we are off the grid for sometimes months at a time, where we don't have, grocery stores. So we have to bring everything. And this area here is where we have a lot of the food. So we have bins here. These are collapsible bins. They're called Instacrates, and I absolutely love these Instacrates. And the idea is that they're collapsible, so when you don't need them full, you can just remove them and this becomes space. This is a very dusty swamp cooler where we actually put fruits inside and vegetables, and then we put a wet cloth inside of it to keep stuff cool. But I will actually have a whole video about that later. And then we have a dedicated freezer, which is key if you want to spend long time off the beaten path. So this is kind of like very easy to remove, and so if something changes in the future, I can just remove that and change the setup if I'm doing something different. Up here I put two straps, and then I found this great aluminum table. I've been looking for a perfect aluminum table, and I bought all kinds of them, and they all kind of rust and they all deteriorate, and this one I found it on the street. And it turns out it's just this great table. So I have a table here, and we'll go around and show you how this table works. So the table is basically just strapped with two straps, one here and one on the other side. And then I have, if you guys have seen my 40-mile-an-hour awning, you probably recognize these poles. And then behind this table, I'm going to move these over so you can see it. I have two 240 watts solar panel, and that I actually use both of them. And I will also have a video on how I add 500 watts of solar without doing any modification to the original system, the original solar system. And then this middle area is kind of what I call like my flexible area. And so I add, this is my 40-mile-an-hour awning here. I've got my tools there. I've got cable, which is part of the system that I will be talking about to add additional solar to the Ekko. And then I love bringing back fish. So I actually have a regular 120 volt freezer that you have to run it with the inverter on, but turns out it doesn't use any more than this one does. So when I do catch fish, and when I'm coming, I usually try to do a harvest before I come back to Montana, then this becomes my freezer to bring back all the fish. So if I go to Canada, I'll go fishing for salmon, and all the fish goes in here, and then I come back with that. And then with the extra 500 watts of solar, I usually can keep up with even having this on and having the inverter on all the time. And then we'll go around the back here. And once again, this is all Instacrates. And what I love about the system is that right now I have, this is like all recovery stuff. I've got tools in here. And then this is all my fishing stuff. I got 3 bins of fishing stuff. That's how much I love fishing. And I will also have a video. I will have actually many videos about fishing in the future. And then out here, I have my Starlink that is actually goes through here. If Susie, you can come and kind of like zoom in. I don't know if you can see it, but the Starlink cable goes through there, and then it goes into here, and there is a cool little opening here, and then it gets rerouted all to the to the roof, and I will also do a video on how I do that. But I kind of wanted to talk about, let's go in the shade so you can see me better. I kind of wanted to talk about the garage and how great this garage is, and how great it is if you keep it like this where it's flexible. You know, if you start building shelves, then you're kind of like stuck with that. And with this Instacrate system, it's just like super easy to like change things. So if you're going, like I go hunting a lot, and sometimes I do bow hunting, and sometimes I need to bring some target to practice. And so I can take all these Instacrates out, and then I have all the space to put big targets inside, and be able to do my my bow hunting trips. Welcome to my garage, and this is the best part of this bin system. As you can see back there, I have all my bins organized by activity. So I can kind of pull one out, and depending on what I do, or two or three, depending on what I need, and super fast and super easy. What I like about this is that it takes me no time to go on a trip. So I can grab one bin if I go fly fishing, I can grab one bin if I go bow hunting, and now getting ready takes me like minutes versus like finding all the stuff and putting it in, you know, somewhere and putting it inside the camper. But now it's all in here in bins, and I have extra bins too, like if I want to kind of change things around and bring different stuff. So super easy, very fast, and kind of modular. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. And I will give you a little tour of the garage as well, which is something that I'm very proud of, because I built it during COVID with zero experience on building. There it is for a shingle.
Yeah.
And I learned everything from YouTube, so it's pretty amazing to be in here having built this. And here is little tour of my garage. Everything is in bins, as you can see. And right here I have all my tools. And yes, I do have Ryobi tools. I love Ryobi tools, even though I did switch to Milwaukee, and I'm not sure if it was the greatest move. But I've got all my gear organized in here, and it's been absolutely amazing to have everything in here. Initially, this garage was built for my Revel, so I have a big garage door that unfortunately it's now 6 inches too short for my Ekko, so I'm probably gonna have to build a new garage. So there it is, my garage, and there's Argo sleeping out there.